Hey guys, welcome back to That's a Stretch. I'm your host, Matthew James Kewen. And this week we are taking a look at Thor and His Hammer. We're swinging around and we're making that money rain. For those of you that are listening, we're actually including a YouTube component where I'm actually reenacting the stuff for the story that I'm telling using miniature toys, which has actually been a lot of fun, and I'm going to keep doing it. And the reason why I'm doing it like that is just because of quarantine, I can't use actors. And also, I'm living with my family with like a small 3-year-old brother, so I've been using his toys. So we're changing it up a little bit. I'm going to be posting every Thursday the story aspect on YouTube, and then on Sunday I'll have game time, and Sunday is also when I'll release the full podcast with the full video. It's a little bit different. So there's a lot of different things going on, but I think it's be more fun this way and a lot more engaging, and that's what we want. It's more engagement. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah. All right. Awesome. Brandon Swafford, thank you for joining That's a Stretch for our video part of our series.
Oh, my pleasure, man. Thank you so much for having me. This is what I've always wanted to do in quarantine, is do a podcast with you specifically.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Do you have a podcast also? Do you want to plug
I do not. No, not. I used to have a YouTube channel, but the one thing I do want to plug is my Instagram, where you can check out my artwork at BSwaffs. That's the only thing I want to plug. But
okay.
What we really want to plug is this show, because it's going to be a good show.
Hell yeah!
Thank you. So have you always been like a Marvel fan?
Yeah, man. I've always loved Marvel. That was my thing growing up. That was my DC. Batman at one point was my favorite superhero, but for some reason the movies, like I grew up with the comic books and the animated shows, but the Marvel Cinematic Universe, those movies and what they've done for the comic book genre, what they've done for movies in general, and how you're watching this serialized long cinematic TV show, and you're getting to know all these characters, and then you're watching them all collide and come together. It's magical, man, and it just makes me feel like a 10-year-old again. And that's what you want when you go to the movies. You want to feel like a 10-year-old. And look at me. Yeah. I'm wearing a Marvel shirt right here, right now. Look at that. Look at that. I've got Marvel underwear right now. I got it on.
That's true, but they also, because it's on like a cinematic way, they kind of give the characters depth, which makes them more like human and more outside of just being just a comic book character. They feel like actual like stories, and like when they first came out with Thor, and I was like, how are they gonna make this collide with all these other like Iron Man and stuff like that? I was like, there's no way they can have all these crazy zany characters together, but they pulled it off pretty well, I feel like.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
They really based everything. Everything was very grounded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. They definitely. You can see that the writers care more about making them humans more than superheroes, and there are just quiet moments that. Something like with Black Widow in Avengers Endgame, watching her eat a sandwich. Just something as simple as just eating a sandwich is like, hey, I do that all the time. And watching them sit down and cry, like, you do get to feel for these characters, and you see them as humans. And I love these characters so much now. I would watch them play golf for an hour. And I hate golf. That's how much I love them.
Who's your favorite Marvel character?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
Easily. Spider-Man's always been my favorite. It was one of the first comic books I read. It was one of the first movies I watched, the Tobey Maguire ones. Those still have a special place in my heart. I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and Into the Spider-Verse was one of the best movies I've ever seen.
That was insane.
Right? Wasn't that?
That was a crazy movie. Yeah. I had no idea what to expect. Like, when they took that, like, really crazy turn, when they started introducing all these different stuff. I don't want to, but yeah, that was a crazy movie. I had no idea it was going to go that direction. It felt like a Rick and Morty episode in a way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it still didn't get too crazy with the time travel. It got crazy, but it's still, you were focusing on Miles, and it was his story all the way through.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was getting a little nervous when they were having like weird like cartoon characters, and I was like, where is this gonna go?
Well, where are we going now? But you're on for the ride, and
I was
got it.
on. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and just pull up the. I think. Do you see it on the chat?
Yeah, I got the link.
Or link. All right, sweet. Thor lives on a cloud, and on this cloud, he lives with his hammer. And Thor and his hammer, they like to bang and smash, and they are best friends because they are meant for each other. And the hammer likes the way that the Thor swings them around, brings him the feeling of being alive. And Thor likes swinging that hammer because it makes him also feel so good. And they are swinging around. Thor throws his hammer, and his hammer hits another cloud. And this cloud has a man with a bigger hammer, and the man with the bigger hammer throws his bigger hammer at Thor, and Thor, he falls out of the cloud with his hammer. And when Thor lands, he wakes up in a land where he is lost. Where Thor and his hammer are from, they are considered royalty. So when they are in this new land, they have to find a way to be royal. And they find a few small children and ask them, "Children, how does one acquire fame and royalty?" And the children reply, "We look at these phones and people do funny little stuff, and it's really funny, especially because it's so simple and really short little videos, and "Child, stop talking. What kind of things do we have to do in these videos?" The child looks at Thor, a little displeased by him shutting him up. Or they could do dances, or there's other things too, obviously. Hammer tells Thor, "This is what we must do in order to restore our royalty." But he sounds a little bit more like, "Alright, Thor, we gotta do the thing that they said." And then Thor and Hammer, they steal the children's phone, and they walk away feeling real strong. So Thor and Hammer, they start making videos together. And
With the
what
stolen
they
phone,
start
obviously.
doing is they start doing their little swinging around trick. They're swinging around, and they catch it all on video, and they post it, and nobody watches it because everyone's already doing that. Everyone's got hammers and everyone's swinging them. So they gotta think of something original. Thor thinks they gotta do dances, and the Hammer, that tricky jokester, he just wants to pull pranks. And Thor tells Hammer that's very unroyalty thing to do. And Hammer says he's had it with Thor and his judgy ways, and they split up. Thor is doing his dance stuff, and the Hammer, he's pranking all the people in the town and in other places too, and he gets a lot of views because of how far he takes his pranks. So while Thor is homeless, we're looking at videos of Hammer doing his pranks. And Hammer, he signed some big fancy contract with some big fancy company, but he's too busy slaying chicks left and right, swinging them around, and he does not realize that in the contract, he is not allowed to do things considered offensive because he's too busy making that money rain. So one day, Thor, he goes out and starts collecting some flowers to sell at the corner of some busy street. And Hammer sees him, and Hammer comes and he starts smashing all of Thor's flowers. And Thor gets all upset and he goes down on his knees and he just screams to the clouds above and says, "Why?" And Hammer just starts laughing in that moment as he's been recording this whole situation happen. A fancy car comes by and tells Hammer that he's breached his contract, so now he's gonna be homeless. Hammer looks into Thor's eyes. Thor looks into Hammer's eyes. And Thor, he reaches out his hand and they do what they do best. And they scream out for royalty. And Thor starts swinging around that hammer. And Thor and his hammer, they come up on top. And there's a big video on it. And they don't want it to be published because they don't need other people's thinking that they're royal when they already know they are. And that is the story of Thor and his hammer. It's pretty good.
That was awesome, man. No, I've been craving a Marvel movie this year. And with Black Widow pushed back, I'm like, oh, looks like this is the year without the Marvel movie. So thank you for giving it to me.
I tried to give something to the fans, you know. Because we all know that we need a movie about Thor's and Hammer's very complicated relationship. Because they have something going on, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
When he loses the hammer, he's not the same Thor anymore.
No, not at all. And yeah, I agree with you. The love that he has with his hammer, that's a much more interesting relationship, I think, than he has with Natalie Portman in those movies.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. What time is it? Game time! The thing about lifting Thor's hammer is that it's not just Thor that can lift the hammer. As we've seen in Endgame, Captain America picks up the hammer and he's swinging it around.
He's worthy.
So, yeah, he's worthy. So, but there's also a time where Thor was not worthy. So there was a time where he was not able to use the hammer for like a short amount of time.
Right.
But because he like made himself worthy again, he was able to lift it. So technically, it seems like anyone can lift the hammer as long as they're considered worthy.
Sure.
Right.
But not many people are worthy. That's the
right,
thing.
but they can become worthy. Right? So they'd have to like do certain things to be worthy of lifting the hammer. Like
you gotta
Thor.
do a lot of things to be worthy. a lot of good things.
I think you know where I'm kind of going with this, but
I can see it.
So I'm gonna give you a list of people, and we're gonna try to figure out the things that they would have to do, or maybe they are worthy.
Maybe they're already worthy.
Maybe they're already worthy. But if they're not, what do we think that they would have to do to be considered worthy? Okay, I'm gonna start with an easy one. This is like a fun one.
Okay.
Would you consider Adam Sandler worthy of lifting Thor's hammer?
Absolutely not.
No?
No, he made Little Nicky and Jack and Jill. He is not worthy.
That's true, but did he not make it up for the... I mean, recently he's been making some pretty good bangers. Uncut Gems is pretty good.
He made yes, but no, he's still holding that bullshit trophy. He's not worthy.
The Raz trophies. What would he have to do? What would he have to do to become worthy?
I think it really has to do with like you doing charity work and you being selfless and helping other people. But in terms of like his career and artsy, he can't do another movie for Netflix again. And his name apparently was not credited on that bad David Spade movie that everyone's talking about that just came out on Netflix. So,
oh really?
I think he's like, you know what? I'm too good for this. I think he's starting to get up there. So, if he does more movies and shows he's doing good performances and does some good charity work, you know what? Maybe that hammer, maybe he'll pick it up.
Yeah, plays different kind of characters, not just like dumb people or whatever his kind of shtick is. Yeah.
Maybe that's his next Adam Sandler movie. Happy Gilmore, instead of using the golf club, he's trying to pick up the hammer.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay, cool. So Adam Sandler, it's possible. He's got some legs to go, but it's possible. Okay. So let's just keep it also Thor related with this next one.
Okay.
What could Loki ever be worthy of lifting Thor's hammer?
No.
No? Ever?
He's
killed done too much.
He's killed too many people. He's too much of a bad guy. He's double crossed too many times.
There's nothing he could do to turn back time.
Yeah, if I could turn back time. I think deep down he does have a good heart, but he doesn't. He just has a terrible attitude, and
he's cold.
Yeah,
he's pretty cold-blooded.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll agree with you on that. Okay, here's a good one. Here's an oldie but a goodie. How do we feel about Jack Black?
Ooh.
Yeah. That's a tough one, right?
That is a tough one. You just got to my heart. Oh, man.
He's kind of worthy.
He's kind of worthy and he's also a triple threat. He can sing, he can dance, he can
triple
act.
Threat.
Yeah, he does that little dance right there. And he's also my favorite. Tenacious D is my favorite band. So Nacho Libre is one of my favorite movies. So you're poking with me. I don't know.
No.
To me,
you're watching Endgame.
To me,
you're watching Endgame. He's fighting with everyone else. Thor's hammer falls down. He's got the Nacho Libre outfit. He sees the hammer. He sees Thanos. He's going to grab the hammer. Is he picking it up? Or is he?
Oh man, well I'm just thinking of an awesome scene right now where he's fighting and he's down, and then as he grabs the hammers and swings them, the lightning strikes down and he's in his Nacho Libre outfit. That would be
his
sweet.
god form.
I would love to see it happen if he is worthy.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's a maybe. He's a maybe. We can kind of see it. All right. How do we feel about Kanye West?
No.
But he's a Christian now.
I don't. Nope. Nope.
Nothing he could do?
No. Nothing he can do.
What about
He's
old
a horrible
Kanye?
Person.
Not old Kanye either?
He's talented, but no.
Yeah, okay. So talent doesn't make you worthy.
Talent doesn't make you worthy. Even though we were talking about Adam Sandler, it's like, well, maybe if you did more stuff to show you're talented. Maybe.
Yeah.
But no, Kanye's just a bad egg.
Okay. Yeah, I could kind of see it. I mean, maybe if he like made music that wasn't like he's a god, but was like about, how cool charity was or something.
How cool doing community services.
Yeah, that might help a little bit. That could help his case.
That might.
What do you think would be the best uses for Thor's hammer outside of fighting? Like if you had his hammer and you were just chilling with it, what are some things you would do? I have a couple of things that I think.
Am I worthy?
You are worthy.
Okay.
You are worthy. Either that or you found some hack or something to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I love the scene in Avengers: Age of Ultron where they're all sitting around at the party and they're playing the game of who can lift it. I think that's a fun scene, and even though if I knew that no one could really lift it, that just sounds fun. Like hanging out with your friends when you're all a little tipsy, all doing some a little on the woo, and trying to lift it. That's fun. And there's also this meme, this classic drawing of Spider-Man going to the bathroom and the hammer is on the toilet, so he can't go to the bathroom. But I don't know if I'd be that much of an asshole.
I guess you could really prank a lot of people though. Like you could just put the hammer like outside of their door, so they couldn't like get out.
Yeah,
that would actually be pretty funny.
Yeah, but honestly, I feel like I would just fly around all day.
Yeah,
because I've always wanted to fly with just me, and doing that with the hammer, that sounds freaking awesome. And you go
that does sound pretty
fast
cool
with that thing, and you could just like fly around above the beach, above the city. If you go through the forest and through Yellowstone, that just sounds awesome.
What's making him fly? Is it the spinning? Is that what makes? Is it like a little airplane sort of deal, or is it just because of the magic of it?
It's because of the magic of it, but he does have to spin it really fast so it goes up.
Right.
He can't just go. Boom. He's got
Right.
it.
He's got to spin it up. He's got. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. But if he was flying, right, and he lets go, he's falling immediately.
Oh yeah,
Right?
he's falling, but
Yeah.
he can probably just go whoop and then
it comes
grab it
back
back,
like a
and come
boomerang.
back to him exactly. So
Right.
then he's just showing off.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, cool. So I have another thing that I wanted to ask you, Brandon. So my next episode I'm doing is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Ooh, good show. I'm watching that right now for the first time.
It's for the first time?
For the first time, I
No
missed
way.
it when
It's
I was a kid.
so good.
It's
so
so
good.
good. It's so.
Where
fun.
are you right now?
I'm still on season 1, so I'm a little
Okay.
slow, but
That's fine.
I'm catching up. It's really good.
It's worth it. It's actually I feel like I learned a lot from it, just about like even like Buddhism and stuff like that, because it's very like Eastern philosophy, which is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good show, great show.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
the thing that I'm doing is I'm doing Avatar rated R, because in the show it's basically like it's made for kids, because it's for Nickelodeon, but they never kill anyone. And the thing is, Aang's supposed to kill the Fire Lord, if you think about it.
I guess they don't. Huh.
Mm-mm. And Aang's supposed
I'm
to kill.
trying
And
to
he's
think
like,
right now about that. Yeah, I guess they don't kill people. Huh.
no, he always evades because he's an airbender. But the thing is, he's supposed to kill the Fire Lord. That's like the overall arc for him, is that's how he's supposed to kill him,
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of focus on that part of turning him into like a murderer, even though he's like a kid.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But I was wondering if you would be willing to do like any kind of voice acting.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
Thank you.
I was thinking about using you for like the Fire Lord.
Okay.
What do you think the Fire Lord would sound like?
And the Fire Lord. A little Batman.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to consider
Is
using
my
it then.
audition gonna be part of this podcast?
I might be.
Okay.
It might be. Did you have anything else you wanted to say about like Thor or Marvel or anything stuff like that?
Not really, but I do. What I will say is that I think we're all living in a time right now where we're thinking about, would the world be better if the Avengers were here? Would the world be okay if Superman was around? But we got those heroes. Yes, it is the entertainers like you, Matthew, and
you.
and Adam Sandler and Jack Black, even Kanye putting out the entertainers for us. But really, it's the doctors and the people doing good work. So that's what I'll say. So thank you to our doctors and medical people for helping out.
Yeah,
being the
it's
true
crazy
hero.
what's going on right now, man.
Those are the worthy ones.
Yeah,
We're going
that's
back
true.
to that game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much for having me on. This was a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where this goes and where you take this. It's gonna be
Definitely.
cool.
I'll definitely have to include you again. We'll be talking soon.
Sweet. Thank you, bro. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
no problem, man. All right, Brandon. Peace out, dude.
Peace out, brother.
All right, guys. Thanks again for watching or listening. Once again, this is That to Stretch, and I'm your host, Matthew James Kewen. Next week, tune in. We're doing Avatar: The Last Airbender, rated R. Came out weird. Rated R. That was better. Better like that. All right. Cool. Thanks again. Bye.